So you're watching all these injuries, and my takeaway was this is why we love Kirk Gibson. This is why we like Michael Jordan in the flu game. This is why we criticize Jay Cutler for not going into a game. Like it's the heroism, the alpha of being a pro athlete, and you guys are just different. I mean, you were hurt. How many times were you healthy by June? I mean, seriously, in the NBA.
It's normal. It's definitely normal. I mean, you look at Kobe Bryant. Kobe dislocated his finger. You know, the trainer popped it back in. He went back out there. He walked off the court from a torn Achilles, shot his free throws. I mean, it's just what we do. I've dislocated my fingers. I pulled my groin and still played in the Big Three championship. I pulled my groin on in the semifinals. Still played. We won. Got treatment the whole week and literally played in the championship, and we won the championship.
Kendrick Perkins told me he ripped a groin ligament and played the entire playoffs in OKC.
Yeah.
They just numbed it.
Yeah, that's just what we do. It's just what we do. Like I said, you know, during the break, like you're a professional. That's what separates you from everyone else, right? You're just as immortal as we are because you fight through it. That's the reason why you're successful. And I think when you're at a younger age and you're fighting through things, adversity, different things like that, it becomes a norm to you.
Right.
So you don't get sick. A lot of stuff is mental. You don't get sick. You don't feel the pain. You don't do this. You don't do that. Now, when things get drastic like the Michael Jordan flu or torn Achilles like Kobe or dislocated finger, whether myself, Kobe, or groin or whatever it is, yeah, okay. But we still fight through so much pain.
Well, the whole roster of the Warriors, Boogie's 60%.
Right.
Looney looks like he's in pain.
I mean, it's unbelievable, huh?
And
his ribs.
Klay Thompson pops a hammy. 4 days later, he's playing. Like I think there's just an overreaction. Kevin Durant, I'm told, just tuned out people that didn't tell him what he wanted to hear, which is you could re-injure stuff. And he's like, I feel good. And he by the way, had a workout before the game, looked good. He was very good the 12 minutes he was in the game.
Very good.
In fact, it was like, dude, scale it back, slow down.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I don't know.
But that's how you feel. Like, I popped my calf 3 different times.
In a game?
In games. I popped my calf, and it cost us, the Clippers, my second year with the Clippers, it cost us the playoffs. We were going to be the 8th seed. And I think Golden State got in as 8th seed, and that's when they did that miraculous kind of, beat Dallas or Utah or whatever it was. I'm not really sure exactly what team, but they were Steven Jackson and Baron Davis. It was Dallas. And Steven Jackson and Baron Davis, they looked amazing. And that's the year I popped my calf. And I was out 5 games. We only needed 1 game to win, and we didn't win that 1 game. But, it coming back from it, it took me about a month and a half, 2 months, because the scar tissue inside the calf, it's so sensitive. And I was kind of puzzled when I saw KD dunking and it's already 30-something days, post the injury. I'm like, wow, that's great. Like, I can't believe that. I mean, I wouldn't play because I know you'll feel good for 20 minutes, 25 minutes, 30 minutes. And then before you know it, the muscles, it fatigues. And then, boom, it's gone. Just like that. But, I just hope he recovers fast and,
It's funny. I'm looking at all these free agents. If I represented you, I'm your agent. Mm-hmm. There's absolutely no way I could tell you, that max money? Nah, don't worry about it. And by the way, I'm going to send you to the Knicks who have a historically bad owner.
Right.
My job is to protect Cuttino Mobley. I'm your agent.
Right.
How does Kevin Durant's agent say, go from the best ownership group to maybe the worst?
Right.
I got to be honest with you. I'm Kawhi Leonard. I've been beat up my whole career. I'm not giving up 35 large.
Kawhi Leonard's brilliant, right? I mean, he just showed it. Like, first of all, I'm getting a second opinion. I'm not going to play. Kawhi Leonard, and it's kind of a different injury, but it kind of reminded me of one of my teammates back when I was a rookie, Michael Dickerson. He played for Arizona.
I remember that.
He was an amazing athlete.
Yeah.
He was going to be a great shooting guard. He tore his groin. And back then, you couldn't have 2, 3, 4 opinions. So when he tore it, Mike was done after that. I think he was playing for Vancouver at the time. He was done after that. It's like Kawhi. Whatever it was, it was a thigh, whether it was groin, whatever it was, you had a second opinion. You didn't feel good after those 8 games in San Antonio. You sat yourself down. If I'm Kevin, I'm my own brand. I'm saying to myself, like, no, I don't. Yeah, I want to play because he's a hooper. He's from Maryland. He's DC. He's all that East Coast. It's in him. And I understand that. But, situations happen. You never know. He could have came and had 40, the other day, and nobody would have said anything. But I just feel bad for him because I know how bad he wanted to play and help his team.
Length is something that scouts talk about and fans and the media don't. Toronto looks just too big, and with Boogie, KD's length out, Looney out, Boogie 60%, I think the series is over.
Yeah, you know what? I don't think they – the thing is with Toronto is what I've been looking at is Toronto has 7 guys who can defend, literally can defend. Van Vliet coming off the bench defending. Powell gives you energy defending. Then you have the starters from Kawhi Leonard to Danny Green to Siakam to a player of defensive player of the year. Defensive player of the year
Danny
was
Green.
Marc Gasol.
Oh, he was. And Danny Green made an All-NBA defensive team one year. People think he's a shooter. He made All-NBA defense one year.
And then Kawhi Leonard, defensive player of the year. So you have so many defensive players of the year that can play one-on-one defense, that can switch and play anybody defensively. That's what gives Golden State a problem, and you're not healthy. But when Kevin Durant's there, you can start him at the 5. So now, Marc Gasol, you're in trouble. So the series changed then.
Yeah, I mean, I keep saying to people, this is nothing against Toronto, but if Michael Jordan was out of a finals, it's a different finals.
Right.
Kevin Durant's emergence. Kevin Durant came back for a quarter. It was the best quarter the Warriors played in the series.
Yeah.
I mean, he changes all the matchups.
Right. He definitely changes.
He forces Marc Gasol to run out and guard a significantly better athlete.
Exactly.
So now you have a massive defensive hole instead of a strength against Andrew Bogut or Boogie that can't move.
Exactly.
It's a game changer.
Yeah.
Cuttino Mobley's joining us. All right. So yesterday I had Rashad Phillips on. Rashad's an interesting dude. He played Kobe Bryant calls him the best player never drafted. He was a 2-time Horizon player, went over to Latvia, Italy, dominant scoring record player. And now Rashad does some scouting. He has his own YouTube stuff, his own podcast. And last year, so I bring him on for the draft. And last year he was just like, Colin, Trae Young's going to light this league up.
Right.
Luka Doncic's going to be really good. And I'm like, we'll see. He was right. So yesterday, he's not on Zion like me. He likes Ja Morant. Here's what he said. I don't know if I make the point guard quarterback correlation perfectly. My rule is always.
I love that.
I like bigger athletes. Zion's 280. 82 games, 8 preseason, 22 playoffs. 6'3", 190-pound guy or 6'7.5", 280-pound guy.
Stephen Curry's been doing pretty well doing it.
I know, but Curry's been hurt a lot too. This league's been dominated by big men. KD.
No, yeah.
Magic, Dr. J, Michael, Will.
The prototype now is more so that 6'7", 6'8".
The wing guy.
Right. But Trae Young is special. Like Luka Doncic is 6'8", point guard, special. Right? And that Ja Morant kid, super special. He's a pro before he came to the pros. He's amazing at the pick and roll. He's a lockdown defender. He's long. He's athletic. I mean, he has a pro game. And I think with him being 6'4", 6'5", he's pretty good.
I think he's a all-star year too. No, I think he's really good. I think he's actually, we talked about this. Westbrook was a great athlete, but was not a 5-star recruit. I've never felt like he's a perfectly refined basketball player. He may be the best athlete in the game.
Right.
Ja Morant's a better basketball talent than Westbrook.
That is
much
true.
more refined passer.
Yes.
I think he's a better shooter today. So it's weird. To say that Ja Morant's better than Westbrook, you get pushback. I think a year into Ja Morant, you're going to go, he's the next thing.
Well, I'm going to say this to you. And the reason why I agree with Phillips is this. When you're playing basketball, if I have even a smaller guard, I can dictate the game if I have an okay big. If I have a really good big and I have an okay guard, it's hard.
That's Memphis.
It's hard. It's very hard, right? Because that big, as good as you are, Anthony Davis, right? You need somebody to bring that ball up. You need someone to really dominate.
You're not controlling tempo.
Controlling the game. And that's what you look at the really great teams, the guards control the game, not the bigs.
Cuttino, it's funny. Everybody romanticizes the old NBA. And I'm always like, listen, those Knick teams, 4 guys couldn't shoot a jumper.
Right.
I mean, I love Charles.
Oh, it was terrible.
Anthony May. John Starks couldn't shoot.
Oh.
And I'm like.
He was so streaky.
Tonight, if you look in the NBA tomorrow night, Marc Gasol can hit a three.
Yeah.
Outside of Bogut, everybody that'll play can hit a three.
Yeah.
So you force me, I got to go out and guard you.
Yeah.
I used to be able to. Bo Outlaw, you wouldn't even look at him today.
You see how he
Chris
shoots the ball?
Dudley.
Right.
I mean, we romanticize the past. It is a guard-wing shooters league.
It is. It is.
Do you think Zion will be able to shoot?
I think he'll be able to shoot, but to me, he's like Blake Griffin to me right now. And that's not disrespectful because Blake Griffin is amazing. I love Blake.
But he came in raw.
He came in raw. And I think Zion is the same to me as Blake because the evolution of basketball, right? When you start getting 6'7", 6'8", coaches, they're not telling you work on your post-up game. They're saying work on your jump shot, work on your ball handling, right? That's what they're telling you now. Back in the day, it was totally different. This Blake came in, he already knew how to dribble really well with 3 balls. Boom, 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 throwing 3-ball dribbles. He was just self-conscious with his jump shot. When Zion gets that, he'll be even better, but I don't think he'll have that impact like a Ja Morant or a Trae Young because they're guards. They control the whole game.
I think the Pelicans, they want Lonzo Ball in that trade with the Lakers.
Oh, that'd be beautiful.
Lonzo, Zion.
That'd be beautiful.
That's where I think Zion, whereas
Flourish.
Ja Morant may not have a finisher for his great passes in Memphis, Zion will have a great distributor for his. So to me, I think that's the rub in that deal. I think it would be done today.
Yeah.
But the Pelicans want Lonzo. Lakers are like, you can take one of our forwards, take our number 4 pick, have the Lakers don't want to give up Lonzo.
Lonzo's special.
Well,
Colin, I promise you, I'm telling you, this kid to me is like a Jason. He's so good, and he's tall. He's big.
Oh, no, he's Lonzo, smart. I stood next to him one time. He's 6'5.5".
He's big.
Long.
A long 6'5.5". And his little brother's even taller.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Hi, everybody. Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out more of the best clips from The Herd or go watch a few segments from other shows on FS1.